Good morning, children. Today we will study about financial and non-financial incentives. Financial incentives. It refers to those incentives which are in direct monetary form or measurable in monetary terms and used to motivate employee for better performance. So these are in monetary terms. Financial incentives are given in monetary terms, or they can be measured in monetary terms, and they are given to motivate the employees for the better performance. Financial incentives are basically of 7 types. The first one is pay and allowance. For every employee, salary is the basic monetary incentives. So salary is the basic monetary incentives. It includes basic pay, dearness allowance, house rent allowance, pay hikes and increments for better performance. So the pay and allowance basically includes financial pay, dearness allowance, house rent allowance. House rent means house rent is given by the company. Then pay hikes every year, increment in the salary is there. So all these help to perform the employees better. Second financial incentive is productivity linked wage incentive. In this, incentives, rewards are given to employees as a percentage of sales achieved. Means if the employee is achieving, a target is given, and if he is achieving the target, then the incentives or reward is given to him. Its advantage is that a reward is directly related to the performance. So here reward is directly related to the performance. If the employee perform higher, then more reward he will get. If he perform not higher, then he will get less reward. Third is bonus. It is one-time reward for high performance. So bonus is one-time reward for high performance. Bonus may be paid in cash or kind. So bonus can be paid in cash or kind, and bonus is always given apart from the salary or above from the salary. So very good example is the performance bonus, then 100% attendance bonus, festive bonus, etc. All these are used. Why? To motivate, given to motivate the employees. Then profit sharing. It means to provide employees a share in the profit of the enterprise. Sometimes the company give the share in the profits of the enterprise. This is in addition to the wages, salary. So this is in addition to their wages or salary. So apart from their salary, they are given the share in the profit, which motivates them to improve the performance and profits in the future. As a result, it motivates them to improve their performance and also the profits in the future. Then the fifth one is co-partnership or stock option. In this system, employees are offered shares of the company at a price lower than the market price. So when the shares of the company is offered to the employee lower than the market price, then that is called the co-partnership or stock options. And we know that shareholder is the owner of the company, so they are basically given the ownership in the company. This gives a feeling of ownership to the employees. So they feel that they are the owners of the company, which motivates them to improve performance. As a result, it motivates them to improve the performance and also the profits of the company. The sixth one is retirement benefit. Several retirement benefits such as provident fund, pension, gratuity are provided to the employees as a financial security after retirement. So the employees are given various types of provident fund, various types of retirement benefits such as provident fund, pension, gratuity, so that after retirement their life will be secure. This also motivates the employee and their performance increases. And the last one is perquisites. Apart from basic salary, some companies offer fringe benefit and perquisites to the employees. So So some of the companies, apart from salary, they also provide the fringe benefits and the perquisites. Very good example is rent-free accommodation. So rent-free accommodation, then education of the children, medical allowance, car allowance, etc. are given to motivate the staff. So these were the financial incentives which can be directly in the form of money, or it can be measured in the monetary terms. Now non-financial incentives. Psychological, social and emotional factors play an important role in motivating the employee. Employee is a human being, and that is why psychological, social and emotional factors affect him and his performance. The incentives which are provided to satisfy these needs are termed as non-financial incentives. So the incentive which is used to satisfy his psychological, social and emotional need is basically called the non-financial incentives. These are basically of 8 types. The first is status. In business terms, status means ranking of position in the organization. So in the organization, rank is given or position is given to the individual. The authority, responsibility, reward, recognition, perquisites and prestige of the job indicates the status. So what is status? It is basically the authority given to the employees, then responsibility given, reward given to him, recognition, perquisites and prestige of the job. All these indicates the status given to the the person holding a managerial position, and all these motivates him. Then the second is organizational climate. Better conditions in an organization like individual autonomy, reward orientation, consideration to employees, risk taking, better performance of the workers helps to develop better organizational climate. So better conditions in the organization like individual autonomy, if the individual freedom is given to the employee, then reward orientation, if the organization is reward orientation, consideration of the employee are considered, their words are considered, their thoughts are considered, then the organization is risk taking, better performance of the workers. All these help to develop the better organizational climate, and if the good climate is there, then the employee will be motivated and he will work properly. Then third is career advancement opportunities. When employees are provided opportunities to grow in status and responsibility, they are satisfied. So when the employee is given the opportunity to grow in status and also in responsibility, they are satisfied and are committed to organizational goals. So they will be more committed to the organizational goals. Appropriate skill development programs and sound promotional policy help employee to exhibit improved performance. So if the organization wants to improve the performance of the employee, they should inculcate the skill development program and also the sound promotional promotion policies. Point number 4, job enrichment. Job enrichment is concerned with designing of job that include greater variety of work content. So the job should be such designed that there is a greater variety of work content, means in the work content variety should be there, require a higher level of knowledge and skill. If such type of job is designed, then this also motivates the employees. This provides opportunity for growth and development of an employee on one hand. So because of this, there is a growth and development of the employee on one hand, and more autonomy and responsibility to the others, and they become more autonomy and also they become more responsible, which becomes the source of motivation to the individual. Now the next one is employee recognition program. Recognition means acknowledgement of work with a show of appreciation. So when the work is acknowledged with the show of appreciation, then that is called employee recognition program. With such appreciation, employee feel motivated. So employee feel motivated with such programs. It can be done by congratulating an employee for his good performance. If the employee is performing good, the manager should congratulate him. Display on the notice board or newsletter of the company about the achievement of the company. So about the achievement of the company, on the notice board or in the newsletter, it should be displayed. Then giving award certificate for best performance. So for the best performance, award certificate will be given. Then also the employee will be motivated. Distributing mementos, complimentaries like t-shirts, caps, etc. will also motivate the employee. Rewards as an employee for giving valuable suggestions. So if the employee is giving the valuable suggestion, he should be rewarded. All these motivates the employee for the better performance. Next one is job security. It ensures stability of income and work. So job security ensures the stability of income and work, which motivates an individual to work for better. So this way the individual work for better. However, it has one negative aspect. Job security has one negative aspect. It makes individual feel that they are not likely to lose their job. They start feeling that they will not lose their job, and hence they become complacent and careless. So they become careless in their work. Then the next one is employee participation. It means involving employee in decision making. Whenever decision is made, then involve the employees regarding the issues related to them through work committees, canteen committees, etc. So to take the decision, employee should get the participation, then the employee will be motivated. And the last non-financial incentive is employee empowerment. It means give more autonomy and power to the subordinates. Giving more power and autonomy to the subordinate is called employee empowerment. It makes people feel their jobs are important. They feel that their jobs are important, as a result of which they contribute positively. So they contribute positively to the organization and use their skills and talent in the job performance. Today only this much. Thank you.